So I'm like, how can I be number one ahead of everybody? And this comes down to me breaking into Microsoft.
Why did you need to break into Microsoft?
I wanted to break into Microsoft to get the physical prototype so I could reverse engineer the prototype physically and be able to do any Xbox cheat for the next generation of cheats.
Shit. Okay, so wait. So you guys knew, you all knew there was a new Xbox coming out.
Yeah.
And obviously you can't hack it unless you have the actual physical thing.
Yeah, so I'll give you even more. So at this point we're looking into, there's a service. I feel like I can speak about this because I know it was such a big deal. They took it all down and it's not a thing anymore. But at the time it was called Gamer Development Portal.
Okay.
GDP. Okay. And if you were a company that was making video games, right? Microsoft would give you a login to this so you could update all your prototype software, so you could help make your games. It was like a really, really controlled system for these guys to kind of submit things and go on. Well, we ended up attacking that and hacking that system.
Mm-hmm.
When they had that system, they had all, I mean, they were bragging to me about it, right? Because it's like they're going against me of trying to get all this before me, pretty much.
Because they knew that you had plans of going to get the physical Xbox.
Yes.
And they were like, why do you need the physical thing? We got through this portal.
Right? We got to the portal.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, well, that's not good enough because we need the actual hardware. And so then we kind of come to agreements. Well, if you're going to get the hardware, I'll give you this. And if you give me this, I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of become on the same team again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we kind of start aligning. But then what happens is that one of the kids on the group figures out within that software how to make the next generation of Xbox at home.
Oh my God.
Like make the Xbox.
Wow, even before the Xbox release, which can mean millions and millions of dollars of lost for Microsoft. Of course,
because if anybody can just make an Xbox, then it's toast, right? So that's what we were able to do. We were able to counterfeit the Xbox successfully before it was out. I mean, I didn't do that. Somebody else on the team did and then was showing it. And then at some point on that, an Xbox gets listed on eBay.
When it's one of these fake ones. So, I mean, one of these counterfeit ones.
Yep.
And this was before you actually went into Microsoft?
This is like right after.
But okay. But
this is like,
backtrack.
Sorry. Crazy, I know. Backtrack to which part?
To the part where you decided you were going to go into Microsoft.
Yeah, that was I'm going to be honest with you. Something that I've never said on camera. I broke into Microsoft more than 20 times.
No. Is it okay for you to say this?
I don't know. I mean, this has been over a decade, right? That I'm hoping everything,
And you got in trouble for
I got in trouble
once, right?
I got in trouble, right? But I had successfully done this more than 20 times. Mm-hmm. I was comfortable with this because I've already been in there and done this.
Okay, so tell me how you did it and how did the idea come about?
So this is shame on me. At home, my mom is really, really close with somebody. She's dating another man that works at Microsoft, and he has a Microsoft badge. Mm-hmm. So in my mind, I'm going to reverse engineer this badge. I'm going to figure out how this badge works. So I use his credentials, his badge, while he's not looking at night to figure out how does it work? How does it read? How can I actually replicate this and go in there and get in there? And so I did that successfully. I figured it out. And I'll never forget the first day when I tried it and tested it. I was so nervous. I went to the door and I waved it and it didn't make a sound. And I was like, I failed. I just did all this work. I just exposed myself. I came all the way here. I can't believe this. I flipped it around and I pressed it and it beeped.
And it works. Oh my God.
And that moment when that door unlocked, it was like my dreams had just came true, right? This place that I had been dreaming about, even working. I wanted to work there, right? Like I had dreams of being a game developer even, not even just a crazy computer hacker, right? Like I really wanted to live in this place, per se. And I had access.
And then
I
what
got
happened
in.
when you got in?
And once I got in, I browsed around. I didn't take anything at first.
Was it at night or during the day? What was...
There were several attempts. So I did some during the day to see how well I could do it. I did it successfully. I did it at night successfully. And then when I was so comfortable, I was like, okay, I'm going to execute and take something.
And what was it that you were trying to get the Xbox?
Prototype. I took 3 prototypes.
The brand new ones that they were working on that they
were not out. They were not even announced yet. People didn't know the name of it. Like this is.
And that's what it's so crazy, because even if you can get into the physical building, you'd assume that if they're working on something that hasn't come out yet, that is sort of behind locked doors, right? How did you get into the space where those prototypes were?
Yeah, so we've breached this company, so we already know where everything's stored. So at this point, I'm asking Austin to give me a PDF file of what is the fire escape of this building, because I'm going to be able to know where to enter and come in from. So I'm creating these blueprints at home, and I actually, before I executed on the idea, it was just a fantasy. I just drew it out in my head. I told myself I wouldn't do it. It was just a fun idea. It was always something there. But then one day I got into an argument with my stepfather, and that argument triggered me. It triggered me to do it.
And what were you trying to accomplish? Why did you want these prototypes?
I wanted them to have the upper hand over my friends. Right. That was the real reason, right? Because if I had that shows that I'm the biggest and baddest hacker out of everybody, right? Like I blow everybody out the water because I have the confidential information of that machine that I can reproduce it. I can also use that code to help me develop on the Xbox when it releases for my hack to come out.
But didn't they already have the ability of making a counterfeit Xbox at the time?
So it was excessive. At this point, it's me proving the point, right? Because it's showing like, okay, well, if you're not going to give me the access, I'm going to do it the hard way and the way that I know I can do it. And either you're going to join me or not.
So you go in and there's these 3 prototypes, and explain to me what they look like. Well, how big are they? What are they?
So they were in a stash. I mean, it wasn't easily found. I actually had to lockpick a door to get into the stash. Oh, so, I mean, I'd been training for this. I mean, when I say training for this, I mean, I thought about every single step that could go wrong.
How old were you?
18.
Okay, so then you go in and...
I go in dressed up fully as Microsoft gear. I wore full Microsoft attire, was ready, and just went in with a backpack.
And Microsoft attire, meaning like you look like you were a worker, like an IT worker there?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Like I looked like I belonged there. I remember that day I was greeted by 2 workers and talked through it. Yeah.
You said, hi, what's up?
How's it going? How's your night?
So that time you went at night.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what? And then you got it.
Yep.
You had to open up a door that was locked.
I did.
Pick lock
and
the
then
door.
They were in these, we call them coffins. They're like these cardboard boxes, pretty much. But like only if you knew like that was in it, like you'd have to know type of thing. So I think like that was the biggest thing for them when they found out like after the fact. They were like, all right, guys, we have something bigger here, because not only they knew to come here, they had all this time. Like, I'm pretty sure they were certain that it was some type of like external government or, something crazy more than just some kids.
Some real sophisticated shit instead of an 18-year-old with a fake badge. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, you go in, you put these, and where do you put them? Did you have a bag?
Put them in a backpack. I store them in a backpack, and I leave through the stairwell, and I exit successfully.
And you started jumping up and down at this point? I'm excited.
I'm excited. I go back. I don't even know if I'm going to give them to anybody. Like, it's just all me right now. I'm starting to reverse engineer it. I'm getting it to run games now. Now I'm running games that I've never played before. It's a rush, right? Because now at this point, I'm inviting my friends over. Yo, check out what I have. Whoa. Now my real life friends are like, Arman, I don't know what to tell you, man. Watching you from a kid, elementary school, doing this and now to this, like, what
the fuck is happening?
What is happening? It's.
And did you tell Anthony and Austin that you were doing? Yep. Were they impressed? Were they?
So I offered Anthony. He declined. Actually, wow. He was smart.
Because he said no, because you stole this.
He knew I stole it. But Dave said yes. And I think that's what started the big disagreement between those two.
So Dave was one of the other hackers.
Dave was Anthony's best friend. Amazing, smart hacker. Still hacks today. Like, doing good today.
And you sold him. Did you sell it to him or did you give it to him?
It was an agreement. I think I might have asked for some cash, but definitely like at this point, like if we're talking to each other, we're always asking for each other for money because it's like, I don't know. When like we were throwing money around so often, it wasn't uncommon for us to say like, send me 2,000, my limit's hit. Like we always had, when so much money was in excess like that, especially over the game cheats, it didn't matter. So yeah, I think I did ask for some cash, just be like, yo, just give me some cash and I'll give you this. But most importantly, I need that software.
Oh, you wanted the software that
wanted the
they
software.
had. So you give the prototype, the actual physical
Yep.
hardware, and you can get the software.
Yep.
So now you have the full
complete circle,
Xbox
right?
before it was ever
There's
released.
nothing I don't
Right.
have, right?
Right.
Like as a hacker to needing what I needed to do to make $1 million a year for the next
Right.
5 years I had.
And just so people understand, this could cost one of the biggest corporations in the world, Microsoft, millions of dollars. It's a huge breach.
Right.
It's a huge problem for them.
I think it came out to, at the end of the day, it was more than $121 million of intellectual property that we had stolen.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, so then at what point were you caught? Where does it all come crumbling down?
This is the kicker, honestly. I don't think you could say like naiveness. Naiveness, is that a word?
Naivete?
Yeah. Everything goes so well, I apply for a job at Microsoft. I get accepted.
This is how long after you actually
This is
went
2
in?
months after.
And then what?
I'm working this job.
And it's your dream job.
It's my dream job, right? I'm testing video games. So I came in as a QA tester, is what they call it, quality assurance tester. All you do, you play the games, and if the game crashes or if it has a bug, you just report it. It's like the easiest job in the world, and they pay like minimum wage. So you don't make nothing, but it's something for people,
Right?
and it's
the
cool.
way up, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
a step ladder, yeah.
And it's work that's got to get done, right, at the end of the day. So, for me, this was my dream. Like I wanted this, loved it, got it. So I got on, which is really, really, I don't know if this is like, I questioned this today because of just how funny it was. Like, I don't know if Microsoft fully set me up because it's a little too coincidental. Because I get in and I get assigned a game. The game is called Watch Dogs. The game is all about hacking. The game is
It's too good to be true. That's so crazy.
The game is a character that has mainframe access to the city and can hack anybody around the city with his phone. He can change street lights. He can hack ATMs. He can do whatever he wants. And his ultimate goal at the end of the day is spreading his botnet. Is taking over the city.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. This
is
game
me.
This game resonates with me.
Right.
And so of course I'm ecstatic.
Mhm.
Like I play through this game completely. Like so the character in the game is named Aiden Pierce. And I related to this character like no other video game character before. Like it felt like the game was made for me or somebody saw a part of the game and it just like reached out to me. So I played through that game. It goes amazingly well. And then probably about 1 month in, I get escorted into a room and I see this big conference room, right? With a glass, it's like a fog glass door. As soon as they unravel it, 18 people deep.
Like 18 suits?
18,
Guys in suits, right?
not even just suits. You got half suits, you got half people, half like,
Half people.
yeah, I don't know how else to describe, like half casual,
Yeah.
half regular, half investigator.
Oh,
and,
wow.
and I know something's up because the first thing I see is a tape recorder on the table. I see a packet about
Oh,
this
shit.
big. And at this point, my heart sank and I knew the gig was up. I didn't know what was there, but I knew everything finally had come crumbling down.
What did they say?
They said, do you know a person named AA Monkey? Do you know a person named Xenon? Do you know a person named, they knew everybody I was talking to.
So all your hacker group.
All my hacker friends,
Shit.
everybody, they had already knew.
Yeah.
They connected everything else that had gone along with all those times to me as well. But what I found out later in life was that it was one snitch in the group that actually told them everything.